I am the Namer, guardian of the names of power. Before your world even existed, my people were an ancient race. Now they are gone, and only I remain, keeper of my people's history. Across the endless tracts of space have I traveled, to return to the planet of my birth, Zoidstar. Though my people perished long ago, and their cities were buried by the shifting sands, the machines remain. It is these that have brought me here to perform the last act of the Zoidarian race, the giving of the names of power. When my race was young and had an interest in the affairs of the galaxy, they built the machines, mighty engines of destruction which gave the power of life and death over the other creatures in the galaxy. The Zoidarians turned their gaze outward and laid waste to 1,000 star systems with their machines, their Zoids. But ruling a galaxy was not enough for the Zoidarians. It was not the conquests, but the battles they enjoyed. And though all intelligent life trembled in the shadow of the Zoids, my people battled on, machine against machine, Zoidarian against Zoidarian, in the further pursuit of glory. Zoidarian lives were needlessly sacrificed to the god of battle, and the race dwindled in numbers until the elders outlawed the Zoid duels. But they couldn't outlaw the Zoidarian love of combat. The Zoidarian pilots of the giant war machines were replaced by androids, and thus the heroic combat could continue without threat to Zoidarian life. Too late came the order. Too late to save a once mighty race from extinction, and now only I remain. Only I and the Zoids. And though my people created the Zoids, I have no power to control them. For the war machines have become the living embodiment of the Zoidarian thirst for combat, with lives and wills of their own. They exist only to fight, to ensure that their heroic combat lasts for all eternity. Now I stand on the sand-blasted surface of a world I used to call home, high on a rock, scanning the horizon for some sign of movement, knowing that out there, behind the sand clouds, lurk the deadliest war machines in the universe.
Was a time full of wonder, without war, hate, and enemy. Now you can sense rolling thunder and the magic that's no longer free. In the night I feel them calling from far beyond. tore through open face as the bonfire covered fallen. But Fairy cried for peace, cried for peace, not Once was a time full of wonder before war began to rise.
Dragon soars overhead, steel wings block the sun to bring shadow dread. Sealy red techno eyes and jaws of chrome. Gil Vader of the Gylos, empire bombs home. Ultimate Gylozoid, 40 meters long. Gil Vader's rampage brings the Doomore song. Steel black armor and silver claws to rend. The Gil Vader might bring the hell in hand. Cowards here beneath the Gil Vader. Colossal soaring black dragon invader. The dark doom from the sky, sunlight shader. Gil Vader, the evil Gylos crusader. Screeching red buzzsaws, he slices clean. Gil Vader is shielded from a radar screen. Mach force speed means no sky Zoid can catch him. The sting of destruction swoops unaware. All hopes he's lost as our army is destroyed. Our Gil Vader, evil dragon from the void. Gravity cannons and beam smasher Zoid. This final bid to survive we can't avoid. Cowards here beneath the Gil Vader. Colossal soaring black dragon invader. The dark doom from the sky, sunlight shader. Gil Vader, the evil Gylos crusader. Whoa! Let loose the Erudios to the sky. Alicorn Zoid with white armor soar high. Bash with Gil Vader over planet Z. Alicorn Varus dragon make us free. Cowards here beneath the Gil Vader. Colossal soaring black dragon invader. The dark doom from the sky, sunlight shader. Gil Vader, the evil Gylos crusader. Cowards here beneath the Gil Vader. Colossal soaring black dragon invader. The dark doom from the sky, sunlight shader. Gil Vader, the evil Gylos crusader.
It is the never-ending battle between red and blue Zoids. It has been waged for centuries. It rages still, with no end in sight.
I, the Namer, last of the Zoidarians, guardian of the names of power, keeper of the legend of heroic combat, have spoken.